survive in advance, I know that's something that comes up more in March, and that's a long way away, but at the same time, you guys get through this first stretch 5-0. Some other teams have gotten tripped up by games like this early on, and how important is it just to emerge from this 5-0, continue on with the rest of the season, go into Orlando with that kind of record, just for, because you guys have all talked about the NCAA tournament being kind of the benchmark for this team.
Right. You know, as a coach, you always want to have guys, ready each game. And no matter what, whether you're leaving to go to Christmas break or you're getting ready to play in the tournament, you got to keep, your focus on what's happening. And I just didn't think that we played inspired basketball today. And I think he's got a young team, and I think those guys were ready to play. I thought they played harder. I thought they were quicker with basketball. In the grand scheme of things, it's always good to get into closer games and get able to win. And then hopefully you can learn from some of your mistakes that you made. But we just didn't, play fundamental basketball today. We were careless with it. We had too many one-handed rebounds. We had too many turnovers. And eventually when you keep doing that, someone's going to get you. You haven't learned your lesson yet. But, hopefully we could build off of the fact that we did step up and make enough necessary plays to win the game and make it help us down the road.
Matt, you talk about within a game, you talk about 4-minute segments, TV timeout, between TV timeouts and such, and even with scheduling, this was kind of the first block or the first step of your schedule. How much do you think you'll learn about your team down in Florida? Because you learn some things now, but you're still a work in progress. How much do you think you'll learn this week about how good this team could or is?
Right. Well, I think anytime you can play quality opponents on a neutral court, that's what you want to get into that setting, obviously, in NCAA tournament play. And so there's a lot of things that you would like to see in some other games, in non-conference games, but does that come out until you face high-level people, whether that's size, speed, quickness, athleticism, all of the above. So for us, we just want to get better each game and keep our focus. I think we've lost our focus a little bit in playing some of these games where our guys weren't, totally ready to play, whether that's the beginning of the game or the beginning of the second half. But it's a big stretch here with playing in Orlando and then playing, Boston College, Eastern Michigan, Butler after that. And obviously we play West Virginia before Christmas. So this is a big stretch for us. And last year this is where we struggled. And hopefully we can do a better job at non-conference.
Coach, can you put Terone's 1,000 points into perspective? There's been some ups and downs with the program, but pretty solid.
Yeah, well, I think and I've harped on it a lot. His legacy as a player is getting us back on winning ways and getting us back to the NCAA tournament. It's great anytime somebody has an individual award like that. And he's been a big part of our program here the past 4 years. But he's been consistent. I think in practice to start this year, I think once you get into games, sometimes people are changing their styles. We haven't adjusted great as a team to a couple different styles of play, but I think Terone's, he's trying to be a good leader for us. He's trying to do some of those little things, and it's just good anytime someone gets recognition for hanging in there and plugging. And but to me, it's about winning. It's not about scoring, but it's still a nice accomplishment to have. It's one of those things you really talk about when someone's career is over, not during their career.
AJ was 8 of 12 from the free throw line and caused 2 people to foul out with 10 minutes left. Just what do you think of his play down the post?
Well, I thought, we had some opportunities for him to start the game, but he didn't take advantage of it. He traveled once. He missed a couple layups, got a shot block. And, we have to have him ready, to play at all times. I thought that was a big part of allowing him to stay in the game was our inability to score down there. Even though he might have fouled his son and knocked a couple guys out of the game. But his blocks and changing shots have really helped us. But he also took himself out of the play a handful of times tonight. The little guard that came off the bench, broke him down, and he just needed to protect the rim and stay put. He kept, over helping, and they were kind of taking advantage of that. But he can play a lot better than he has. And I know you look on stat sheets and it looks like good numbers, but he's capable of dominating the game, and he's yet to do that.
How important is it just to come through these first 5 games 5-0 as far as what the goals you guys have at the end of the season?
I think it's important, obviously, because you don't want to start out the season, with any losses for this tournament bid. But I think we got a lot of things to get better on, and going into this tournament, we definitely got to get better at a lot of things. So.
Terone, you've been in the program 4 years. You were here when Hummel and Etuan, those guys were here, and now you've kind of seen the transition. Is 5 games in, you're 5-0, but like you said, could you talk a little bit more about you really are still a work in progress, aren't you? Because there are so many new faces and new pieces.
I think so. Like you said, being 5-0, obviously it says a lot, but at the same time, we have many things to work on. I think we're playing a little bit too sloppy. At times, we're kind of turning it on and turning it off, and against good teams, that doesn't work. So I feel like you said, we're a work in progress. We just got to keep on getting better and better, and I feel like we have been. So.
AJ, you've got 18 blocks and only 70 minutes of play this season. Just what's allowing you to block so many shots early in the season?
I don't know, man. Just going for them. But, I just got to stay on my feet, really. That's what coach was telling me. He was just trying to teach me after the game, just hype up out of it and then try to get back to your man. But pretty much just whenever I see it, just go for the block shot, I got to be aware of my man whenever I leave him there.
When we talked to you on Friday, you, I don't, concern's not the right word, but you were just aware that sometimes these are those kind of games that things can go wrong when you've got a big trip coming up. Did you see any of that happen today, that just that a lack of focus or lack of whatever?
I really didn't, as far as a lack of focus or like overlooking this team. We knew they had a lot of good players, as far as the guards and inside. So I didn't feel like we overlooked it, but I feel like we didn't come out with enough energy. I feel like having a game at 12, there's not an excuse for coming out lazy like we did, and we felt like we came out a little bit lazy and sluggish, and made a lot of sloppy mistakes in the first half, turned the ball over. That's something that we got to fix.
Terone, can you put 1,000 points in perspective, and also, did anybody say anything to you at that time?
I really don't know how to put it in perspective, but obviously it's a good accomplishment for me for being here for 4 years. I've seen the ins and outs, of the offensive end, and I think it's just a really good accomplishment, for my family. They were happy for me. Coach Payne congratulated me, and so did Travis. But I think we just keep playing in.
Bryson, it seemed like the transition game really kind of saved you guys from a tight one. Were you just trying to push it more than usual, or because they were pressing, you guys were able to kind of beat it and get going?
Yeah, they tried to press us and try to slow us down, but we worked on press all week, so that allowed us to move the ball into the middle of the court where we were able to push the ball and get easy buckets and things like that.
Any of you guys can answer this, but you guys started 0 for 6 from 3, and then Bryson hit one. And a few minutes later, Sterling hit one, and then Kendall had that stretch where he hit 3 in a row. Just how important was that flurry in the course of the game and in the outcome of the game?
It was good because it helped us gain that lead, and it gave us a momentum in the game and helped us turn it up and bring some more energy. So it was definitely a turning point in the game.
Bryson, Terone said it is a work in progress, but are you concerned about this free throw shooting? It's almost an epidemic with this team. You guys, you missed 15 of them today, or you probably run out to a pretty much easier victory. As he talked about the work in progress, is that a huge work in progress that must be solved?
Yeah, that's something that needs to be solved right away, and we need to. We're in the gym and we're practicing, and we do all those. We work on our free throws every day, so it's something that we work on every day, and we got to get better at. But I feel like we're decent free throw shooters. We just got to concentrate more when we're at the lines.
We'll go 2 more right here, and then Cliff.
AJ, with your guys' height advantage, Siena was able to outscore you guys in the paint and equal your rebound. What was it about their game that kind of helped them get to that point?
Just being pretty much just being quicker to the ball. They was actually hitting us first instead of us hitting them. But I just feel like they just came out with more energy in the first half, and then they just kept it going, and they felt like they were still into the game, so that's what pretty much kept them in.